Hello?
Grimsgate. Beautiful.
That was a drum solo.
That was amazing. Hello. Hi. Friends. Yes. We're back in Grimsgate. It's me and the Mr. Mango.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. So last video was about 2-3 weeks ago where I built the retail store and little pub next to the entrance. And I can tell you that Kevin has been busy building lots of shit once again in tmtk, which you guys will see a little bit of in this video. Actually, a lot of the pieces. So that's really nice. That's really nice. But first of all, how you do, Kevin? How are you? Hello? Yes. And I'm joined with the Mr. Mango. Hello there, good sir.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah? You good?
Yeah. Good. No more work
That's great.
today.
That's great. That is great. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that it's midnight here now and like it's just been almost lunch at your place. It's crazy. It's timelines.
3 o'clock. It's almost dinner time.
Yeah, ish. Right, depending. But last time I built a retail store and the pub, and I used some of the Kevin's new pieces. But today I'm even using a lot more of them, as you guys saw the thumbnail and the cinematic shots in the start here. We are adding a trolley to our little main street here, which were actually something we wanted to add. We were just not really sure where until an idea struck me. So yeah, that's great. So Kevin, you want to tell a little bit about that piece? What else you've been working on? I know you have some secrets. Maybe you can tease a little bit.
Well, I can't. I'm not gonna go into any of the dark red stuff. I will say that we have named it, and
yes.
I think that let's see.
Wait, we have 2 names actually.
Yeah. How much more work do you have in this area as of now? How many more buildings do you have?
I mean, I don't know. I think I'll just have this place open next to where I'm building now, and then I'm adding a few row houses, right? But then just maybe a fountain or something, just a little bit of open space here. And then I actually think...
So you're almost done, right?
Yeah, I think I'm like 80% done with the entrance area here, yeah. I would say so.
Do you think you could finish it for the next video?
I could probably do so, yeah. So we have like that ready too for phase 2 as well. Yeah.
Assuming that he gets that done by the next video... Not the next video, but the one after, so 2 videos from now, I think I'm gonna get into Dark Red's territory stuff, because I think Wikz is going to start working on the queue. Yes. Which gives you guys an opportunity to see exactly what we have going on over there. As of right now, I don't think anybody really knows anything except for the teaser in the video.
Yeah.
And we've significantly added and changed on the story behind it, and I think what we got now is pretty solid. Like, when you'll see it, you'll know that it was like thought out. It wasn't just something that came together one day. It's been over the course of months. Yes, we've been going all over this stuff. Of course, spontaneous ideas happens, but it is very especially these pieces you make. They are very specific for this. I've actually learned something by this, by starting something and getting good track work done on something, and then coming back to that project or going on to something else, and keeping that in the back of your head really gives you time to think about it instead of rushing it. So I think from here on out, I'm gonna kind of scatter projects around rather than just digging into one major thing, which we kind of do that anyway with this project, but it's been nice because it's given me time to really think about names and locations of people and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, every time you like say, hey, I uploaded like 30 new pieces for you, then I'm like, ooh, you know, like, and I'll just go in, and then and then I don't even end up using some of those pieces the first time, but I do feel like I'm sort of
very excited.
Yeah, I do feel like I sort of got
like next
a lot of your pieces in my head now, so it's good.
Yeah. And then in that Dark Ride video, I'm excited to start showing off some of the newer pieces that I've made with Substance Painter. Very happy with those. So that's going to be fun to show off. And once those are all placed down, got a lot of plans. So it's fun. I still need to finish the coaster. It's mostly done. I just need to redo the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I can just tell. Like with the pieces you've made for our dog ride and for the queue, and this is actually one of the first time I'm like excited in a way to actually start building a queue, because this is gonna be very interesting. Like it's gonna be, yeah, I'm excited to get started on it and to show you people what we're talking about here, and I finally just get out with some of the things we've been talking about for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
And phase 2 ready.
Long time. Yeah, phase 2's coming, guys. It's coming.
I would say mid next month, maybe.
Yeah, we're almost there.
I would say with phase 2 be. So let's just get back to what I'm doing here in the video, guys. As I said, we wanted to build this trolley here. As you can see, I'm placing down, which is also one of Mango's amazing theme maker toolkit pieces, which I couldn't get to build this properly. Kevin came in Discord and he shouted at me. He said bad, and he built a new one for me. So what I'm doing here now is actually also wrong, but I just kind of want to keep it in so you guys can see some of the pieces and stuff. But we eventually got the right one in here, added on it. But the plan with this was actually just to have like an inactive sort of trolley ride here that goes through Grimsgate, through the streets. Just gives this sort of vibe to the whole environment. And Kevin did an amazing job building that. So of course we need that in here, and of course it has to be at the start of the street. We're crossing over, and then we will have some at the main streets as well, and inside of Grimsgate itself as well. Yeah, there's a lot of cool pieces you've made for this thing. It needs a little bit of more, like there's some lighting that needs, and then maybe we'll place some animatronic people in there.
Yeah. Well, it was mostly, I kind of really wanted to give you a base shell and let you kind of play around with decorating it, but I mean, I kind of went and did that myself. I was bored one day and I was just like, oh, I really want to see what this looks like. So I started adding all these trim pieces and stuff. And you'll have the new one in there with all that stuff, I think. So
yeah. It's really nice. Like, it's freaking amazing how you make this piece here. The texture, everything. So good.
Yeah, that took me out of my comfort zone. I think next, it's not really a secret, but we actually made a character to be our kind of narrator, and I'd say he's like, who is he?
Who?
Did you say he's Grimsgate himself?
Well, it's
Grimlock, I mean.
I mean, it's sort of his conscience, like, you know, it's sort of something like that.
But it would be portrayed after him, though, right? It'd be portrayed after Grimlock?
Yeah, it'll be.
Yeah, okay. So our main character, who our park is based off of, I actually went through and found some concept art for these cool robots and steampunk robots and stuff, and I actually hand-modeled an entire fucking character, which was really cool for me because that was the first time I've ever even attempted anything on that type of scale.
He's so
I've
dope.
never attempted any type of character, and I was just heavily motivated to do it, and I pushed myself, and it's not perfect. It's kind of wonky, and I don't think it would practically work in real life. I'm sure he would just fall over, which would be funny, and I'd be okay with that. But you know, it's my first one, and I think for what it looks like, it's gonna do what we need it to do. I tried animating it, but the whole thing kind of just went to a giant fucking mesh disaster. So I was like,
it is perfect though.
Do this yet.
And as Mango say, like we are gonna go, and after I sort of have this street finished, or at least where I can have it ready for phase 2, I'm gonna go straight over to work a little bit on the queue, where some of these things we're talking about right now will have a big impact in the queue. And the name too, like, we can't wait to say you guys the names we have for the dive coaster and for the dog ride, and of course we also have the third one, and we will tease a little bit for more episodes.
Oh wait, actually, so at the end of, I was already planning on this, but at the end of video 2, phase 2, I'm gonna tease the new area, you know.
Yes.
Kind of like how I did it with the last tease. Yeah. So got that planned already in my head, because we have like a little phase going. Kind of everything's kind of similar, but I think it also in addition to that video for phase 2, I think I want to do a quick overview of the pieces that I made for this project, so you guys can see on a vast scale like how much time actually went into this park. You know,
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, Wikz is doing his end in Planco, and I'm doing my work in Blender. And
outside of Planco.
We kind of have, it's. I don't even play the game anymore.
I remember you saying that. Like, was it a few weeks? Like, you're like, I don't even know what to build in here, man. I just want to build stuff in Blender.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm motivated.
I would, like, if I took the time and actually got into it as you do, I honestly think I would probably get the same mind. Like, just say.
Oh, I know you would.
Like, and yeah.
It's like Legos, but you have all the pieces you ever need for free.
I know, and you make it look like, no, you don't make it look easy, but in that way of like the way you find textures and added them on and stuff, it's very fascinating, and I'm really enjoying all these new pieces, and I think it's a great idea that we make like a setup collection video or something, where people can see all the separate pieces you've made for this single project alone, and that you have shared with the entire community.
We're talking 300 to 400.
Yes.
And each piece at the minimum takes, signs from start to finish, not including the time waiting for it to upload. Close 45 minutes to an hour for the whole thing. So you do the math. Like, that's a lot. And there's some, like that robot took me probably 15, 16 hours. And the newer pieces that I'm making that are just like insane, like those take a lot more time. So I mean, I've probably dumped 800 hours into this park in Blender.
That is freaking
which is crazy.
That's not even more than I'm like on 100, not even, I think, honestly, like but I also
spent all my free time learning, and I use all of my like learning knowledge to just put it into this park, which is like part hobby, part like career builder. So I have no bounds to when I'm gonna stop. Like,
no, I know that
until
feeling.
I get a job. Yeah, until I can get a job doing this for a living, like I'm only gonna continue to do this to expand my skills.
And with that said too, you also just today before we start recording did a Twitter account. I will put the link in the description below, guys, where Kevin, I think you're gonna post there with some new stuff and whatever you decide to do in Blender, and share it with the community. So go.
I think I will post all of that stuff there.
Yes, do it, and go give him a follow there, guys. So just to go back to the build here. So again, I found a Lego build that had these sort of 3 buildings here stacked next to each other, kind of like different architecture and very much glass. So I was like, you know what, this would be super cool to have on the main street here or before the entrance, and just spice up with some different colors, a little bit of different architecture. And it also, because as soon as I saw this building, I had because I wrote to you and said like, dude, imagine having a stairway going in the middle up to the trolley station. And then he was like, do it. So I went in and I just kept started here, and kept building, and it actually turned out super, super cool. And I said, Kevin got in while I was building, it completely destroyed my mojo, saying, it's crooked.
Yep.
Fix it.
It was. Look at it.
I think I fixed it here. I think I fixed it here.
Oh, you're so mad at me.
No, but I did fix it here though before we go in here, so that's always nice. But yeah,
I have OCD like a motherfucker, and it shows.
Yeah, but it makes sense. It makes sense, that it has to be straight on a line like this. So it's cool. It's cool. But
most of your other buildings are crooked, and I do like them for that. But here, I was just thinking, like, yeah, I'm thinking. But this area, I'm excited to see, because I didn't see you make any of this. I left after this.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Let me just try, because it has big glass windows. You know, it's open, so
Yeah.
I couldn't just let it be like this. And if we make people get up here, maybe put a vista point or like a vendor machine or something, so they just walk up here and kind of interact with the whole station thing. I think that's going to be cool. So literally just build these buildings next to each other, and then just closed off the building on the right, and then I made like another bookstore here from the street, where I literally just do some quick things, put in some book stacks, shelves, so from the outside it just looks like a bookstore, you know.
One of these days, when you finish this area, you're gonna have to go through and think of names for all these buildings, so that I can go in one time and just dump all of the signs down, like the books.
Yes.
So name all of these buildings, give it all the lore that you want, and I'll just make all the signs.
Perfect. Yes, as you can see, guys, there's also a little bit of skipping and stuff, because otherwise the video would be too long. Because this build kind of took it took like 4 or 5 hours to do.
Yeah, this is a big building.
Yeah, it's
and you finished more of this today, didn't you?
Yeah, I built a little bit in the morning before I did some cinematics and stuff. Just I made like a ticket booth inside and really did the station, make it feel like a nice station where you board the trolley here. Yeah, because I was like kind of like, I didn't really know what I kind of wanted to do at first inside of it, because just wasn't unsure what I wanted to do. The supports here you saw was something I did real quick off camera, but I'm gonna change those. So that's why I kind of just...
I love how you cut because I yelled at you.
No, that was not there. That was way before there.
That
was way before there. So just don't worry. Don't worry. But yeah, trying to make it, as I said, look like a station here, then boarding the trolley, and just trying to make it look a little bit steampunkified, something like that. You know, Victorian era style. And I really like it. I think it turned out super dope. Even the more I add in here, and people can actually walk up here, which is super nice. So yeah, I dig it. I just don't know what else. I think, as I say, we are done with the street here now. After I've done this, and then on the right side here, we'll just have a big sort of open plaza sort of thing with some trees in the back and stuff like that.
Make that like Anna Mandra's bookstore. Doesn't she like books?
Yeah, she does. Could do something like that. We could. But yeah, and I feel like, didn't we like get to a point now where you are like, we're sort of like done with the Mega Toolkit pieces. Like we sort of have what we need right now, at least to get phase 2 ready. I feel like, and also phase 3, right?
Yeah, I mean, as far as building pieces, I think we're pretty much done. I mean, there's things that I'm gonna add as we go, like signs and just random clutter pieces as I come up with the ideas. But like every time I try to Google reference things now, I'm coming up with the same things, and I'm running out of like inspiration and ideas. So like I think now we just need to focus on finishing what we have.
Yeah.
And going from there. I really want you to make that damn station for me.
I know, but that will be probably for phase. That'll be start of phase 3, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because then we can look more into that and prepare that, and because I really like this sort of like phase thing here, because it gives me this deadline of having something done within a certain amount of time, and it doesn't stress me as much as like, okay, if we just have this for phase 2, then I just know that I need to have this specific area done, so it doesn't really stress me as much, you know. As you can see here, I thought this was kind of cool built. I was trying to make a ticket booth, kind of like in this style, you know what I mean? So yeah, thought that came out pretty cool, a ticket booth. I will eventually add a little bit more things to it, but in total I like it. I like it. And I also used your Theme Maker Toolkit pieces to make it. What did you say?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this was literally just improvising, just trying to figure out what to do with the interior in here, figure it all out, give it some solid roof or ceiling at least, so you don't see all this weird stuff on the roof there. So yeah, adding a door here because I didn't like it that it was open, so you could kind of see. And I also placed a little bit of trees and stuff in the background, just to add a little bit of stuff so you just don't see this ugly ass terrain in the back. Yeah, used a lot of your pieces this time, so that it felt great. Feels great to actually get to use a lot of your pieces. Here I'm starting slowly on the support, the kind of support you did, and then I found another piece where I was like, oh, this can go for this. Whoever made these, they're freaking amazing, these fences here. So I tried to just do this, make it feel like even a cooler station. With like some, where you can board it and you can exit it and etc. And yeah, that was, thought that was a cool idea. And then I'm trying here to make the supports you kind of wanted it. And I kind of like these a lot better too, if I have to say so myself. Really like it. And it's the same guy who made these that just made the others one I just placed. I think he's called...
Yeah, I don't know who made those.
Artificial something, I think his name is. Sorry, can't really...
Yeah, shout out to that person.
Yeah.
I've used those pieces quite a bit.
They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. So we have like a little bit of a small 5 minutes left here of me just trying to figure out how to place these supports, make a little bit of nighttime lighting. I'm not saying that the nighttime lighting I'm doing will be the finish, will be the final thing, because it needs a lot of proper lighting as well all around. But I am doing something because I do like seeing a nighttime shot and then you can see through the buildings. Like it's just a nice atmosphere to it, right? It's just great. I love it. I also love these freaking yeah, other things. You've made so cool things, man. I love them all. Absolutely love them all. Putting some names on the platform here. See, it's really starting to look of something now, like a real station, right? And I think that's cool. I would really like if you could make some more like posters and stuff. That would be cool. At some point. So if you have anything like, I know you said about the whole dock ride thing, but is there any other thing that you might are working on now that you will get done for phase 2?
Not really anything I want to talk about yet. We got a lot to talk about in a few videos, so just be patient. We're almost there.
Yes, and as we always say, the Steampunk collection pack of what Kevin makes through this park, of whatever he remembers to put in, is in that collection, which is also in the description below. So if you want to have a go on all these pieces you're seeing me use here, you should go check out the collection, because it is worth it, guys. You'll get like 300 new pieces to the game, literally. So yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. Now when they don't want to make us DLCs, it's good that we got persons like Kevin who can do that for us, right? But check links in the description, guys. Yeah, so as you can see, the whole area here is starting slowly to look nice. And I'm actually kind of at the end here now. Just doing the last pieces here and there. Putting some chain up. You saw me do some lighting. And then we are sort of done. So yeah, what do you think, man?
I think it's fine. I think it's great. It's perfect.
Yeah, I'm really satisfied with it. I'm really satisfied with it. And this is not even in the park itself, right? It's like outside of it. So But it's cool. Yeah, I also do end up adding a little bit of pipe work and just some little bit of decorations around in here. And as I say, this is literally something you can only go watch yourself if you, because it's a snow ride, it's a fake ride, and it's literally no interaction whatsoever. But it's always nice to see. Nevertheless, when there's windows, and if you don't go look, you can always just see through the windows that there is something there, and that's what makes it all lively and gives it a nice atmosphere. So yeah, the last things here, adding some pipes, as I said, putting some fencing around, giving it like a little bit of support, and making it look like it's actually secured, so people won't get like a freaking pipe in their face if worst case scenario should happen. So Mango, my friend, thanks for joining me once again on this video here with Grimsgate.
Yeah, of course.
Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, you're here. All right, great stuff. So I don't know when we'll be back, guys. Probably 2 or 3 weeks again with some new stuff. So take care. Hope to see you guys around. Check all the links in the description below. Enjoy the cinematics, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Good. Bye.
Bye now.
All right.